9 months ago, the 2011 season kicked off right here at Phoenix International Raceway. 13 races later and a champion already determined. We come back for the season finale, and bragging rights are on the line. Welcome to the NASCAR K&N Pro Series West Casino, Arizona 125. A gorgeous day here in the desert. 75 degrees now as the sun begins to set. Partly cloudy skies and just a slight breeze at 10 miles per hour. Hello everyone, Rick Allen, Phil Parsons with you once again for the season finale for the West Series. Now, Phil, let's talk a little bit about this field. A very impressive field for this race.
It really is. We have all the great West Series competitors, as well as a lot of guys from the East. David Mayhew, one of our West Series competitors, said this is probably the best field we had. Really rivals the Iowa combination race. We've got all the West guys, and we've got people like Ryan Blaney and Chad Boat and Ben Kennedy and Chase Elliott, all from the East Coast, as well as Daniel Suarez from Mexico, who also runs some East races. So a tremendous field here, maybe one of the best fields we've ever seen at Phoenix.
The season started right here at Phoenix. It's going to end here. We've already got a champion that has been crowned in Greg Pursley. What an amazing season he's had.
Yeah, he's won 6 races already this year. You can look at his numbers: 54 career starts, 6 wins this year, 9 overall. He's only had 1 finish this season outside the top 5.
His average finish already this year, just 4th for the season. Want to take a look back at some of the wins that he has been able to accumulate over the season. Las Vegas, the Bull Ring, won the pole, led every lap, went to victory lane. Then at Irwindale, Toyota Speedway, he won the pole there, led the first 66 laps and the final 97 laps. Moved on to Evergreen in Monroe, Washington. He also won the pole there, battled with Dylan Kwasniewski for the win. And in Iowa, he was the highest finisher in the West Series, which gives him a win in that combination race where East meets West. And to start off the 2011 season right here at Phoenix International Raceway, it was a good way to start. He went right to victory lane. Let's go down to Bob Dillner, the third man of the broadcast team.
A 6-pack of victories, as you said, for Greg Pursley this year. He wants win number 7. Greg, you started the season with a win here in the Valley of the Sun, but this is a brand new racetrack this time around. How does that change things?
Well, it's really an unknown for this new surface for us. We haven't raced side by side here yet. Pretty much we practice, single file. So we watch the nationwide race. They got it done side by side, so we'll get out there and get after it, and hopefully we can put a good show on for the fans.
You told me earlier today that you've been points racing, so to speak, the last few weeks, trying to get this title. You got it in the bag. How about icing on the cake with win number 7 on the season here? What would that feel like?
I'll tell you what, this would put a capper on a dream season to win 7 races and get another victory here at Phoenix, my favorite track. So hopefully we can go out there and put on a good show and end up in victory lane.
Greg Pursley, 43 years old. He's 24 years older than the guy starting on the outside of the front row.
And that would be Daniel Suarez. But Pursley and Suarez are going to bring the field to the green flag. How about all the yellow stripes on the bumpers of these race cars? That signifies rookie status. A lot of young kids in this field tonight. Welcome back to Avondale, Arizona, the Phoenix International Raceway. About to get underway with the Casino Arizona 125. Cars are already rolling around this newly reconfigured racetrack. Take a look at our starting grid. Greg Pursley, Daniel Suarez making up row number 1. We've got a couple East competitors in there, and Ryan Blaney and Ben Kennedy.
Yeah, Chad Boat also runs a lot East, runs a full season on the East this year.
Back in row 5, Alex Bowman and Eric Holmes, very successful drivers in the K&N Pro Series.
Yeah, Alex Bowman is a Rookie of the Year in the East Series, as well as a 2-time winner this year in the ARCA Racing Series.
Jessica Brunelli in the number 88 will be in row number 9. Dylan Kwasniewski, another one of the very young drivers in this field.
Yeah, how about Jason Bowles back in row number 11, a former series champion making a rare start this season.
Moses Smith in the 16, Jonathan Gomez in the 22. Moses Smith, a lot of success last year.
Yeah, and Lois Martinez won his first race this season on the road course.
And that wraps up the 40-car field for this race. Again, it's race number 14 of the 2011 season. Take a look at our track description. Again, it is new.
It is brand new. This is the first time, really, that these guys have ever raced on this racetrack. The Nationwide race that just finished is the first race ever on this surface. You see $100 million long-term redevelopment for Phoenix International Raceway. But most of the drivers, Rick, tell me that this racetrack still races the same. They reconfigured, they moved the dogleg out a little bit. They actually made the track a little bit longer with progressive banking, but they all say it races just like the old track.
Heard a lot of people call it a roller coaster coming out of 2 and going into turn number 3. Want to shine a spotlight on a few different drivers, one of those being Dylan Kwasniewski. He is a 16-year-old out of Las Vegas, Nevada. We're focusing on the 16 and under group here in our spotlights. He's got 2 wins this season, currently 5th in the point standings. He's driving for Gene Price, and he'll run the full season in 2012. Plus, he's also going to run 2 to 3 East races as well as 2 to 3 ARCA races. Phil?
Rick, how about 15-year-old Cameron Haley from Canada? He won a late model championship in his native Canada this season, as well as finishing second points at Kalispell, Montana. He made his K&S West Series debut in August at Kalispell, finishing second. He also finished third in our last stop at Roseville, California. Cameron is all set for a full season in 2012 with Bill McAnally Racing, and he will start his Toyota from the 25th position, Bob.
Well, how about this, guys? 10 teenagers in all in the top 20 to start this race here. One guy right there I want to look at, Chase Elliott, just 15 years old. He'll start this race in 12. He's the son of former Sprint Cup Series champion Bill Elliott. Last year won more than a dozen late model races all over the country. Started this year off with a bang, a Speedfest late model win. Then went in the East Series and performed very well. He would like to come out here to the desert and have a great finish here today. But another guy we're going to be keeping a look on today is a veteran of our sport, the 3-time West Series champion, and he has a new sort of crew chief, a reuniting of sorts with Ty Joyner. They have won since they have gotten back together after winning 3 championships. They got together 2 races ago as a reuniting, and they've won both of those races. Look out for Eric Holmes today, guys.
Look out for Eric Holmes in that very familiar Napa number 20 in the K&N Pro Series West. Field all in line, 40 cars coming out of turn number 4. The sun is right in their eyes as they get ready for the green flag, and the final race of the 2011 season is underway.
Look at David Mayhew peek to the inside for just a moment.
In the back of the field, a lot of guys checking up, and some of the field didn't get going as quickly. Greg Pursley looking to make it 3 wins in a row right here at Phoenix International Raceway,
Which has never been done before.
Has the early lead. As you see, the sun potentially going to be a problem. A lot of these drivers don't know what it's going to feel like running that higher groove because it wasn't there when they were practicing.
And this racetrack is way different than it was when they practiced yesterday. It was cloudy. The sun never came out all day yesterday. A lot slipperier race surface today than what they had yesterday.
They were able to have the benefit, and we've got a problem turned around, is Justin Philpott, excuse me, the 54. He started 30th in this one. He gets it back going, and we stay green. So Pursley brings the field out of turn number 4, but a lot of these drivers and teams were watching the Nationwide race, which ran just before us here on this racetrack, and they were able to see that there is more than one groove around this racetrack now, and we're seeing that out of a few of the competitors.
Yeah, Michael Self, the 21 car, is hung on the outside. Alex Bowman, the 25 car, got by him. There goes Chad Boat in the 98 as well. Chad had a full season this year in the East Series and ran selected races out here in the West, but a great qualifying effort for Chad, qualifying up in the 6th spot.
21 of Michael Self still flirting with the outside line. Now Eric Holmes moves up to the inside, trying to take the spot away from him.
Yeah, I think Michael Self is going to be awfully glad to get back down to the bottom of the racetrack. See a little bit high there. See how much ground he lost through the center of the corner to Eric Holmes.
A lot of comfort being felt by drivers if they're able to get close to that yellow line in the corners, thinking that this might just be a one groove racetrack early on since the reconfiguration. But we will see them flirt up there with that second groove and see if they can make it work.
There's Ben Kennedy right there, the 96 car, running a little bit higher line right now, making some pretty good time. Ben had a great 3rd place run early this year at Bowman Gray in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
There's the difference between 1st and 2nd. Pursley and Suarez still holding the top 2 spots as they begin to pull away from the field.
Daniel Suarez really came into his own when he... Is that a little bit of smoke out of Pursley's car?
Smoke coming out of the back of the 26 early in this one. Now Persley set the track record in qualifying earlier today at 26.894, shattered the old track record.
Yeah, what a grippy racetrack. There's Ryan Blaney, Alex Bowman running side by side.
They continue side-by-side racing. Alex Bowman in the 25 on the inside.
18-year-old Alex Bowman, 17-year-old Ryan Blaney in the 11 car. Ryan has a lot of experience. Trent Owens is up on the pit box for him, calling the shots, as well as his dad, Dave.
Heard Bob Dillner talking about the youth in this series and all the teenagers that are running in the K&N Pro Series West, and the East and West Series used as a feeder series to try to develop young talent and move them up into the Camping World Truck Series, the Nationwide Series, and eventually to the Premier League, the Sprint Cup Series. So we're underway here in Phoenix.